In our modern Western culture, it seems that we're socialized and continually encouraged to think in dualities, to think within a dualist framework. You know, left versus right, liberal versus conservative, Democrat versus Republican, black versus white, West Coast versus East Coast, and on and on and on. You've seen it. We see this in our political system, our judicial system, our scholastic system, in sports, even in science. It's always one side against another side. And this is how we think. This is how we speak to one another. This is how we live with one another, in a series of dualities. But for many, many people around the world for much time now, this dualist framework is becoming very, very unfulfilling, unsatisfying, unhelpful, and maybe even unhealthy. We're looking for a better way. We're not satisfied with the answers that this dualist framework is allowing us to have. You see, for a lot of people within this dualist framework, for a lot of people invested in the success of this dualist framework, the answer is to be more conservative. For some others still within this dualist framework, the answer is to be more liberal. But for those of us who are tired, we don't like either of those answers. We see both of those sides as two sides of one same dualist framework. And we're tired of it altogether. We're looking for better answers. And for my friends and I, we're finding a better way. We're finding hope in the way of Jesus. You see, we've been looking at Christ as a non-dualist thinker and teacher. As we read the Gospels, over and over again we see that as Christ is confronted with situation after situation which seems to necessitate a dualist response, his answers are refreshingly non-dualist, and they invite us to a higher place of awareness, to a higher place of understanding, to a better way of living and interacting with each other. So we find hope and encouragement in the way of Jesus. At My Faith Community, Acts 2, we have taken it upon ourselves to think about Christ, to look at Christ, to study the way of Jesus, and examine him as a non-dualist thinker and teacher. This coming week at Acts 2, we're going to be looking at Luke chapter 12. In this passage of Scripture, Christ is confronted with the inheritance laws of his day. And his answer to this polemical question, to this polemical issue, is incredibly refreshing and non-dualist. The responses he gives there invite us to a place of higher awareness, to a better way of interacting with each other, and to a better way of being in this world, a better way of thinking, a better way of feeling in this world. So we invite you to join us as we explore Christ as a non-dualist thinker and teacher. There is a better way out there. You do not have to be a prisoner to the dualist paradigm. There is a better way to live and exist and thrive in this world. A more beautiful way. So join us as we explore for it.